Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lumber. Matthew and I appreciate you tuning in. Well, today we're doing our second big upgrade on our LT70. Yeah, we'll talk about it in just a minute, so come right back. Okay guys, our LT70, we love it, but there's some things that we would like to change, and we're going to. We spent the time and effort to put the Highline cable in for our electric, and that works great. This here, I know why they did it. I know why they had to do it, but it's way too low. It's right in your face. You're trying to off bear. It just becomes more of an aggravation. And you can also inadvertently catch it in the chain drive because of the way it was installed. We did that. And when it rubs down here on this end, wood miser, you know, it wore through the cable right there because they didn't have it shielded a little bit better. So, like anything else we own, we don't mind making improvements. I don't know that they could make it any taller and it'd be transportable, but you could make this a foot or two taller. That's something you do when you set up. I know they're trying to make this mill be mobile. I don't know of anybody that would mobile mill a 70 electric, okay guys? It's not gonna happen. So, what we got? We got another cable. We're gonna take this cable and go up to our Highline and move our rollers up there. And this cable is gonna run in front of our 3-phase electric cable, come all the way across, and then it'll come right down the black pipe, go right through the middle of the frame, and it connects over here in the hydraulic box. And then my communication cable connects there and goes out to the joysticks. That's all this is a cat cable. And it allows the joysticks to communicate with the saw head. And to do that, you got to go all the way around the world to get there. So that's the goal for today, is to put this up. We tied a piece of string and did some tests. I told Matthew to kind of call it like the Elon Musk style of engineering. Let's put some crap together and see what happens. You know, get a good result, bad result, whatever. And that's what we done. We just wanted to see if we could travel that cable back and forth, because I don't want this cable doing any of the pulling. This one needs, it's not, it's well jacketed, but it don't need to be doing the pulling. So, should be pretty easy. Basically, got to get these rollers off of this cable. Once we get it up there, if we're happy with it, this cable's going away. It's way too low. It interferes with what we do here. We've talked about wanting to add on the mill one day, and this mill will be set long ways, and we'll do the exact same thing out there. We'll just have the cable running different 90 degrees opposite of what it's running now. But that's for future. Well, we got a plan for the future. So if we ever move, this same system should work out there, you know, running the cable back and forth. And we won't have this right in the way. I've actually hit it with a tractor. You don't hit it so much loading, but we work in the ceiling a good bit on our blower system, and you got to be super careful not to catch it with the man basket when you come across. So eliminating it will make Matthew and I happy. Be a lot safer. Everything will be up higher. This is low enough right here, Hoss. If Matthew dropped a log on there that had a knot, that thing could catch right here. That log could roll off the back of the mill and catch, and literally tear our computer cable off. Another thing we noticed, when the mill's all the way at this end, at highest, when the mill is at this end, all the way up, this is underneath the saw blade. It's literally, the saw blade is here and this cable is underneath it. And that could lead to problems one day. So all that's going away. That's what we're doing. It's a long answer to a short problem. We're going to install this cable and make it work. Okay. Oh, well, that piece comes apart. Oh, the roller comes out.
Yeah, the roller pops out.
Okay. Okay, guys. You got the camera pointing up our ceiling. I can't raise my hand up. This is what holds it together. You got the roller, the pin, and a cotter pin, and it just goes in this little plastic roller. Not a whole lot to it. They're not super heavy duty, but this is just a communications cable. I put them in the bolt bin so I don't lose them all. And the roller itself is just attached with a little bit of a clamp. I learned the hard way, you can lose that screw real easy. I don't have to go chasing it again. Now, that's all there is to taking one off. I guess we might as well just get them all off. That one mess here. But use the carpet, let's get some new ones. Oh, come on. It's like a barrel getting hole. We'll wait for these parts. All right. I'm sure it's no surprise to you guys that we're modifying our mill. We don't mind doing it. I'm making payments on it. I own it, so short of voiding warranty, I don't mind doing about anything to make what we do better or easier. If you're not confident in your abilities, then don't touch nothing. But we bought this mill to put hopefully 10,000 hours on it, and I want it to be good hours. And if this makes it better, then so be it. It's worth it. Okay. So. Okay. Here's our little roller frames took apart. Now we're gonna go over here and try to get these set on a new cable. Be a little more fiddly, but we'll get it.
Let's get this cable down and out of the way first.
What do you need? I got a 1/2 inch wrench up here, 7/16. Yeah, let me move you over. Let me move you over here, guys. Phillips or regular, Matthew?
It don't matter. I just need something to hold the eyeball.
Well, there's one right here. We've already seen this upper cable sag. It's not going to get any better over time. We've already tightened it up to its maximum. The only way I can get it any tighter would be to go back, shorten the cable. To me, this is a good alternative. Just eliminate the cable. I understand its purpose for mobile milling, but this mill's got 21 1/2 inch bolts holding it to the floor. It's not mobile. We'll go through, take all this off the other end of the mill and the pulley system that it was running on, so we won't be needing it. We'll save it. One day this mill will leave here. Next owner may want to be mobile. Okay, guys, let's talk about our new cable here. This is a new replacement part from Wood Mizer. There we go. Now, what's the connector over there, Matthew? That's a male, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So we need the female connector. Okay, wire. Find your way through there.
You're unrolling it from the inside out. This one's the thing.
There we go. Now, I already know I need 5 feet, not including about 4 inches for the connector, from here to that first roller. So, okay. Now, this is where having help go a long way. I don't know if we ought to wrap that.
Probably.
Just had some electrical tape out yesterday. The original wire had some nice spacers on it. This one don't. Let me look at it here. I don't think they're removable. Are they? Yeah, these are removable, Matthew. Well, you can still tape it on there so it don't move. Tape it to the wire.
That's what I was doing.
There you go. That just shields the cable. Yeah, it's a 4-handed job. There's yours. You hang on to that. I got to hold the bolt.
Yeah, but I need the other end. That's the top. Oh, well, it's either way. It's easy enough. Just take it apart and we'll put it together on it.
That's it. Just put that in there so I can hang on to it. Cheapest design ever imagined. I bought some up there that are nice. If I knew,
You need the pulley tab.
if I knew I was doing this ahead of time, I'd have bought some more and we'd eliminated these. Need to slide over your plastic center. Okay, there you go. First one installed. It has the appropriate drop to it. How many we got left? 3. Okay, guys, we got these rollers mounted back. Went ahead and laid it out on the floor, and I knew I needed 5 feet from this one to the plug-in, and then it worked out to where it was 90 inches equally across the cable to all 4 of these rollers. So that'll get them up in the ceiling. This is our female plug, or male plug, and we will be using the old communication cable, and they'll meet up at the ceiling, and then whatever's extra, we're just gonna loop and zip tie it in a roll and put it up in the ceiling. Because we already discussed one day this is all gonna move, and we'll need that extra length then. We just don't need it today. This is a 6-wire cable. I know they only use 5 of them because we had to put it back together after it got caught up in the chain drive. Minus the connectors, you could use, just about any, probably a number 16 wire, but it's got a nice stiff jacket on it, help keep it protected as long as it's not rubbing against something or getting caught in the chain drive. So Matthew went to get us some new cotter pins. We're not even gonna try to fool with the ones that were up there. There's perfect size fitting in the hole. If you've ever unbent a cotter pin and pulled it out, if you got to yank it out, it's gonna be twice as hard going back in. And I've got a box of thousands of new ones, so we'll just get a handful of new ones, put the roller and the drift pin back in. The rest of it, I guess we'll have to do on the man basket. We'll be up in the ceiling, and we'll take you along for the ride. So give us just a minute. We'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and hook the first one up on the ladder. I think I can. Oh. That wasn't too bad. Put my cotter pin on there. Okay. Oh, I've got a cable clamp that goes on this one to hold the cable. Make the connection. Put the bolt and nut back on it. Should have brought a socket for this job, but I'm here. Okay. There's the first one hooked up. Actually, if I had the cotter pins and the rollers, I could just hook them all up right here.
That's your cotter pins.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Slowly. There you go. Put the wrench down here. Yeah, and you still got this.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good up there.
I think it looks good. We got this piece of baling wire or rope up here just for proof of concept. We're gonna change that. I guess we need the man basket. We'll get over here, get this hooked up to the ceiling, and then we'll travel it back and forth and make sure we're happy with it. We gotta get this cable out of here before we do much traveling. Okay guys, the only thing keeping us from pulling the cable out is here on this end of the mill. It's got a double pulley and it's kind of encapsulated. Matthew's gonna pull that apart and then we'll be able to snatch this wire cable out of there.
I need a 3/4 deep well.
Okay, socket change, hang on.
Before we start filming.
3/4, real world. That's why we keep a toolbox full of tools over here. You always need them. There you go. And you put it back in there.
Try to.
Yeah, he's.
It had washers on the inside, didn't it?
Yeah.
It had one on top. I don't know where the second one was hiding at then.
Where's the bolt? Yeah. We'll just put it back together, keep all the pieces in one spot. Okay. And the last thing here is on this end. To make sure it with the impact over here. Take the cable off. Put the nuts and washers back there so we can bang our shin on it. And that's it. Oh, cable is removed. Yep. We'll roll that up, zip tie it. We'll put it back with the tongue over in the other building. So, wasn't that bad. Just looped over a top pulley, went down here and went through that little double pulley system. That's what kept the slack out of the cable. Like I say, we won't throw it away. It'll go over there with the tongue. What else is over there?
Couple legs that were on it.
Oh yeah, it had a adjustable leg for transport, like all the 35, 40s have. You got to replace it when you put these solid legs on. So, technically, it should work just like it is. Probably gonna get Matthew to go over and hold that cable like it was tied up the ceiling, and we're gonna transport it back and forth, make sure we're happy with the proof of concept, and then we'll just make it permanent. So. Tell you what, I'll climb up here and hold this end of the cable, Matthew, like it was tied up the ceiling. That's a problem, that's it. I guess bring me the zip ties and we'll try to roll this cable up. I'm trying to figure out how much slack I need. Yeah, you're probably right, but that'll do it right there.
I'll go get you another short one.
Oh. Still recording?
Yeah.
Okay. This is all our extra slack, guys. Pointless to do away with it because we know one day we'll need it. So for now, we're just going to zip tie it and roll. Put it up here in the ceiling. Save it for a rainy day. And when we pull it out and make those changes, we'll be glad we were having a smart day that day. You don't have one every day, so you gotta have one occasionally. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand to see tails on zip ties. Cut them off. Looks much better. Now, I gotta clean my knife blade out. We're already hooked in here. All I gotta do is hook it back to this cable, put it up there, and we should be good on this end. Okay, I don't want it pulling on that connector, so it's gonna get zip tied right here, so that there's no tension ever added to that easy connector. Okay. Get up here. There we go. You hadn't seen me put it up there, you wouldn't know it was there. There's zip tie long ends. Oh.
Two cables together going up.
That wouldn't be the worst idea ever. Just and for you guys that don't know, this other cable, this is our 15 amp 480 circuit that goes through the mill and powers the hydraulic system. It was designed to be a stub up out of the floor. You know, that'd be a great thing if you have built a new building and you knew that ahead of time. We didn't. So instead of having a cable laying on the floor, we went from our junction box all the way through the ceiling, down through to the mill, up through the chassis, and it comes out the same place this computer cable does. So it's out of the way, it's protected, and there's enough length on it when we move everything one day. Worst case, we have to add a little junction box somewhere, but it'll still work. Okay. Everybody needs one of these really high quality ladders. Okay, guys, Matthew made a slight adjustment there. We use this old cheap cable to just do proof of concept, or rope. I mean, it's cheap stuff. So we're gonna replace it now with some better quality stuff. Yeah, Matthew's up in the ceiling. Got some good boat anchor rope here. Once he gives me that one, I'll trim it a little shorter to match. You want me to add you a little length to it, Matthew? No? Okay. I'm gonna trim it to length and burn both ends so it don't fray. Okay. This is for you guys that's never burnt a rope. A nylon rope, it works good. It's got polyester or whatever in it that will actually melt. You can get it good and burnt on the ends. And for heaven's sake, don't use your finger. You use your fingers, that melted stuff will stick and you'll have an instant 3rd-degree burn. And it'll, yeah, Matthew says it'll last. You want to, hey, some things in life you got to learn the hard way. I don't recommend learning that one. It hurts. So I'm gonna give you back to Matthew here. There's the other rope. You don't need this much length, do you?
No, I don't need quite that much.
Okay, he's gonna reattach that. If you have to cut the end of it off, we'll reburn the end. It ain't no biggie. Did you take the ropes class with us in the fire department, Matthew? That was in Germany? Yeah. Got a funny story to tell you about tying ropes. When I was in the fire department, one of the training courses we had to take was a ropes course. Well, I didn't do too good at it. I'm not a good high quality rope tire, but I laughed at our fire chief. He was an elderly gentleman. He was well in his 70s then. One of the smartest people I've ever met. Highly educated, very, very intelligent. And I didn't think there's nothing he couldn't do. We went through that ropes class. I'd never seen somebody just about to pull out every gray hair they had in their head. Apparently, they found one thing he couldn't do was tie knots. And as professional as he was at everything he did, when it come to knot tying, he lived a simple philosophy. Exactly. If you can't tie a knot, just tie a lot. He's dead and gone, and I miss him. But just funny things you run across in life, you know. And I was a younger man at the time, and I was pretty impressed. He was very wealthy for his age and very intelligent, but he could not handle a rope. And this guy taught class. He taught paramedics, he taught EMTs, he taught fires. He could teach anything you wanted to teach. I guarantee you he wouldn't teach knots. So, one of them things, joy in life. Let me get you back up here to Matthew. Okay, he's got that. Now, somebody's gonna ask, why are you tying a rope up there? Well, I've got two cables. One's pulling that way, then one's pulling this way. And if I didn't attach that pulley to the tower, when the machine started to go that way, make sure I tell you right. Oh, it's just the opposite. When the machine starts coming back, if that rope wasn't there, the electrical cable is not going to pull itself because it has to have extra slack because it goes up and down. The computer cable is shorter, and it would end up being the one pulling the cable back. And I didn't want to put that kind of tension on it, so we got a short rope. So the tower does not move. The tower is a fixed height. It just travels back and forth. Now the head can go up and down, and that's why we have extra length on the electrical cable, because when it's all the way elevated, it don't need much. When it's all the way on the deck, it's got to have at least about 35 inches of travel, because that's from base to top is about 35, 36 inches. So that cable, when the mill starts coming back, or that rope, will pull the electrical cable back before our computer cable gets any tension on it. That's why it's there. So, hope that helps. You get the last one, Matthew? Hey.
Oh, no, I did not. You're talking about chief.
The second one he's going to tie, if you can wiggle that cable, show him why. It wants to naturally lay over top of the tower, and we'd rather it not, so pull it back where you want it.
It'll be over here somewhere close.
Right, he's just going to put a short rope on it to pull it back to the left a little bit, where we'll be happier with it. We've run it already, and I'm quite happy with the function of it. I can't complain. This is a bearded lumber modification. I know it don't make a lot of sense for Wood Mizer to make this modification, but for us, it's excellent.
It's what's going to make our life easier.
Yes. One more cable, high up in the ceiling, out of our way. I see a lot of knot twisting.
Yep.
That it?
Should be.
Okay, guys, I think that's going to do it. We'll set you up here. Might be better on the other side. I don't know, we'll see. And I'm going to run through a few cycles of it and see how it functions. Biggest thing is we don't want that computer cable to ever get down into the chain drive again. Because when that got mashed, it killed everything on the head. We literally had to take the side cover off because it was at full elevation. That's where it would get caught. Had to take the side cover off and spin that motor by hand to get the head to come back down to where it could even work on it and get the cable out of it. So we don't want to repeat that mistake. So now for a test drive. Let's see what we got. This is right on the deck. If I'm cutting a 1-inch board, let me get on the pattern here. That's as low as I can cut right there, 1 inch. 1 inch. If you watch, when I start to come back, that rope's going to get a little tension on it. There you go. And now it's pulling the main electrical cable. All right, let's go kind of middle of the road. This is kind of where the bread and butter is at on this mill, about a 18, 20-inch cut when you're opening up a log. I like what I see. The cable's bunching up like it should. Got to elevate to get over the flitch, come back. Now we're gonna max it out. We're gonna cut the biggest log this mill can cut. Right there. 35 inches. 35 1/16. It won't. Okay, guys, let me show you what we're dealing with over here. Matthew, bring me the camera. This is why we're taking so much time and effort. At full height, you can see how much cable is spooled together, but you can see how high the electrical box is on this mill. And that's what we're fighting, because at full elevation, it gets up there in the way, and we got to make sure everything clears, nothing hits, nothing gets trapped where it shouldn't be. But beforehand, show them where that loop was right here, Matthew.
The loop was hanging down here.
Yeah, that loop was below the saw blade, and we don't want that. So I'm happy with that. It's a mess. I mean, there's no way around it. You got all that electrical up there. It's just what you got to deal with, having an electric mill over a straight up hydraulic mill. They travel it back to this end. I think we're gonna call this project done.
Come down with it, see if that wire will get out from under it.
All right, I gotta get it off pattern mode. Yeah. Okay, guys. Give me just a second, get you out of the sunshine. Okay, there we go. One completed upgrade. This is nothing against Mizer. They make an excellent product. But for our application, this is better. We've already invested the time and money and effort into putting a highline cable. So why not put our computer cable up there with it, get it out of the way. Look, all this space is clear now. Before, me and Matthew had trouble from time to time off bearing. That cable right in your face and that upper cable, like I say, if we try to put the man basket up the ceiling, we had to be very careful to get above it. Now all this space is open, much better for our application. Now for you, it may be completely different. We'll tell you, if you buy one of these, you are going to have this highline cable for your electric. There's no way around that. You can't run your electric on this low voltage line. You either have to do a pantograph or a highline. And I like a pantograph, but for our application, knowing it was going to move, it was a lot of extra to do for no real gain. The wire wasn't overly expensive. I should have got a foot price on it. I just got everything together, and it wasn't bad. It didn't knock my socks off. I didn't scream and holler and stomp my feet. But guys, I can't tell you how much we appreciate Wood Mizer. If you guys at Wood Mizer are watching, you make an awesome machine. We're just making a few upgrades to make it fit bearded lumber and make what we do with your machine a lot better, easier. I know you can't do this in a mobile mill. Now, if you go look at their industrial stuff, this is the way it's set up. You know, most of them use a pantograph, but anything you want to add to this, Matthew? Something's been on our hit list here for a little while since we got the mill. We knew we didn't like that overhead cable. Got to have it, but now it's. I would guess that's 13 feet off the ground. Yeah, it's 12 and a half, right at 13 feet off the ground. So if we hit it, shame on us. You know, we're doing something real bad. But guys, if you're interested in some Wood Mizer equipment, give Joe Maine a call. Joe's our local blade expert for Wood Mizer. If you need anything, guys, he'd be glad to help you out. Give him a call. His information, phone number will be in the description. If you want a mill, you want an edger, a kiln, sharpener, setter, need some advice on blades, you want to order some parts, whatever, give him a call. He'll help you out. It's a good resource for small businesses because I can call Indiana and I can get help. It just takes time. You got to go through the process. You got to deal with this person, that person, work your way around the food chain. If I just need some simple help, hey Joe, what do you think, man? You know, so y'all keep calling him. One day he'll tell me to quit, but for now he says keep calling. So y'all keep calling him. Big shout out to Matthew and Solomon doing our videos. Greatly appreciate it. Get a chance, check out Solomon's channel, Third Beard Fishing. Boy, catching some fish now, I tell you. He took us to all the bad places. He had to.
That's what it was.
But we're gonna go back. We got so much work to do right now, and it's too hot. Maybe later in the year, we hope to go back to Florida, spend a week with him, do some more fishing and some of his. I know where his hot spots are now. He's been filming them. I'm gonna tell him we want to go here, 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 here. So anyway, we joke because we care, guys. That's gonna do it for today. I hope you found some value in what we do. If you would, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.